We will start from here. Sales process. Here we have seen four steps. So these steps are, we can call it sales process. And in sales process, step number one is develop sales strategy. How to develop sales strategies? So three different tasks is here, and that three different tasks we have to perform to develop our sales strategy. Then we have to, the second step is develop go-to-market plan. Now we have to go to market, and from which route, what channel we have to consider to enter in the market. That will come in step number two. And in step number three, what kind of structure is required and how many people are required. So Salesforce structure and Salesforce size. We have to decide in this, and we call it sales design Salesforce. And in number four, we have sales infrastructure, and in which we have to build our infrastructure to perform conditions for optimal results. We actually need optimal results. Optimal result means minimum inputs and maximum output. So step number one, what we have to do, we have to develop a sales strategy. And in first step, we have to perform three different activities. Number one is account segmentation. Account segmentation means segment account by idea. Now what we have to do, we have a whole marketing universe. And what is my primary job? My primary job is to divide the whole marketing universe into a convenient segment. Whatever convenient segment we have, maybe 2 years area, maybe 5 years area, maybe a city, maybe a state, whatever convenience area we have to divide our whole marketing universe into that particular convenient segment, and we call it account segment. After segmenting the whole marketing universe, the second thing is we have to identify, or we have to generate our lead management. So we have to do lead management, and from where we can get a lead management? Lead management will generate by MQL, SAL and MSQL. MQL is marketing qualified leads, SAL is sales accepted leads, and SQL is sales qualified lead. And what are these things? These things are a lead that has achieved a certain score based on a predetermined set of criteria and is ready to be handed off to sales. Means we have identified some potential buyers and they are ready to purchase our product. So we need a lead that has achieved a certain score base, means they have qualified for my product. And how they will qualify for my product? Because we have already set a certain criteria to select or to be a potential buyer. Like you should have need, you should have want, you should have purchasing power. If you have these things, it means you have a demand. And if you have a demand, genuine demand, then only you are my potential buyer. So we have to identify a person who's having actual potential buyer. Then we need a SAL, that is sales accepted lead accepted by sales to follow up actions. Means the lead which is already accepted by the sales team, that person has given me consent. Okay, fine, I'm interested in your product and I can purchase this product, but give me some time, maybe 1 day or 2 days, and I have to discuss with my family, I have to discuss with my friends, or maybe let me check my bank balance, whatever reasons they have, but they have some positive intuition, they have some positive feeling about your product. So that particular person is SAL, sales accepted lead. Then you have to identify the SQL, and SQL means sales qualified leads that convert into opportunities, either win or loses. So finally, we have to go up to SQL level. SQL level means we have to approach again, and in this approach, we'll try to close our sales. Either will win or will lose. Maybe he or she is able to purchase, he or she has given me money and she has taken my product, or he or she has refused, and that negotiations is failed. So that lead management will come in strategy, step number 2 in the strategy. Then in third step, in develop strategy, what is my planning? My planning is sales process, map customer, prospect buying process to customer build sales process. Now what we have to do, we have to map the customers. We have to identify the potential customers. These strategies are operational based strategies. We have to identify, for example, for Graphic Era, if we want a student for MBA program, who are my potential customers? All graduates. Any kind of graduates can be my customers, my potential customers. So I can approach any kind of graduate students. They will be my potential customers. So we have to map our customers. Who are eligible customer for my product? We have to identify. We have to identify our prospects. Why they want to purchase my product? Why this product is important for my why this product is important for customers? How my product will solve their problem, how my product will satisfy their needs. So that mapping is required. So that 3 steps, account segmentation, lead management, and sales process, will come in develop sales strategy. That is step number 1. In step number 2, what we have to do, we have to identify the channels. Which channel will adopt to distribute our product from one place to another place, from manufacturing unit to retail store. Maybe we'll go with the wholesaler, distributor, and retailers process, or maybe we'll directly provide product to our retailers, or maybe we'll use only wholesaler and then we'll distribute. Wholesaler will distribute to retailers. Whatever process we have to adopt, whatever channel we want to adopt, that we will decide in step number 2. How we'll go to the market. So that develop go-to-market plan will come in step number 2. Then we need some forces, some structure of sales forces. Yes, this will come in design sales force. How many layers are required? We need general manager, then senior manager, then area sales manager, then territory manager, then team leader, then executives. Or we want a general manager, then sales manager, then team leader. Whatever structure we want, how many people are required to manage the sales? How many individuals are required to be to come in a group or in a team? How many people are required for team A? How many people are required for team B? How many people are required for team C? That structure, that hierarchy we have to design, and that hierarchy will come in design sales force. So first we have to design an hierarchy, and we have to stick with some structure. That okay, fine, we have executives, then team leader, then territory manager, then area manager, then senior manager, then general manager, then and then go on to the CEO level. So that level we will follow. So that structure we have to design, and after that designing of that structure, we need person for different activities. How many people are required? How many senior managers are required? How many territories are required? We have identified 45 territories for our product, so we need 45 territory managers. We have identified 45 areas to distribute our product, so we need 45 area managers. And how many area managers will report one senior manager? That hierarchy will come. For example, 45 area managers, we need 7 managers or senior managers who will take reporting. So we need 7 senior managers or managers. So we have to appoint those things. So that force size is required to identify in this step number 3. So here we have to design our sales force, and then we have to build infrastructure. Infrastructure means we have to perform. And for that, we need some inputs. Maybe we have to, what kind of infrastructures are required? Maybe one office is required. Maybe some vehicles are required to distribute the product. Maybe some vehicles are required for distribution team. They want some heavy trucks, or maybe they want some small tempo. Whatever infrastructure is required. If you want a big office, if you want an inventory, your separate inventory. So whatever infrastructure is required, that infrastructure we have to identify and we have to arrange. And whatever infrastructure we will arrange, that will count in our sales cost. So we have to try to reduce our sales cost also. And for that, we have to see how we can reduce our sales infrastructure cost also. We have to optimize the things. Optimize things means minimum input, maximum output. Whatever sales cost we are involving in our sales activity, we have to compensate with our sales target also. So that steps are also required. So we have discussed this thing. Now the very important is sales strategy objectives. So we in sales strategy objectives, there are very specific words we have to use. That is SMART. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. We have to develop a SMART sales strategy objective. Specific means state what you exactly want to achieve. Can you break larger tasks into smaller items? You have to identify your larger items, and then you have to divide that larger items, or we call it big objectives or ultimate objective, into sub objectives. So you have to first you have to identify your ultimate objective, and then you have to divide those ultimate objective into sub objectives. So that will come in S, that is specific. Then measurable. You should be able to measure that things. Establish clear definitions to help you to measure if you are reaching your goal. Yes, you should have able to measure the things. Are you really able to measure the things? If you can measure the things, then only you can reach your goal. Describe your goal using action verbs and outline the exact steps you will take to accomplish your goal. You have to break your ultimate goal into sub parts, and then you have to design the whole path, because that path is required to achieve that particular place, to achieve that particular goal. So that particular path is also required. Then attainable. Give yourself the opportunity to succeed. You have to attain that numbers. So that number should be realistic. That should not be any number. Okay, this month will achieve 10,000 products. It's not possible for your company to achieve 10,000 number in a year, and you have targeted in a month. So that realistic figure is required. So that realistic figure you have to identify, and you have to take that realistic figure to attain the target. Then there should be some relevance. That relevant is required. By setting goal, you will actually be able to accomplish. Be sure to consider obstacles. Yes, you should be relevant in your business. You should know how to achieve those particular targets. The reality, you should know the reality, the condition, the atmosphere, the weather of your city, the rules of your city, the government norms of your city. You should know each and everything, and according to these factors, you have to design your sales strategy. So that relevance, relevance of your business, relevance of your product is also very important. That should also be required to develop a sales strategy objective. Then that should be timeline based. Yes, deadline is required. If you really want to work excuse me, if you really want to work in sales field, you have to be time bound. Time bound activities is required. It is must. I must say, is must in sales. You have to achieve your targets within the given time frame. You have to achieve the targets within the deadlines. Otherwise, that doesn't matter. If you are not able to perform in a timeline bound, it will not help your company. So that time bound activity is required. So time-based activity is required. So if we are going to establish, or we are going to design a sales strategy, we have to take consideration of these words, that is SMART: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. So if we use these words in our strategy, we can definitely design a good strategy for our products and for our company, or for our territory, because this strategy is territory based strategy. This is not for whole company. Every territory will design their own sales strategy to perform in that particular territory. So that is a nuclear strategy to perform in one single territory. The other territory will design their own sales strategy. The third one will design their own operational sales strategy. So we need an operational sales strategy, and for that, these SMART words are required. That is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. Clear? बेटा क्लियर है आप लोगों को?
Yes sir.
Yes sir.
कोई डाउट, कोई क्वेश्चन अगर आप लोगों का हो तो? कोई डाउट, कोई क्वेश्चन, whatever question you have, कुछ भी है पूछना हो